Hey, what's up, art community? Your art friend Pete here, and today we are going to sketch Lalafels from Final Fantasy XIV: A Realms Reborn. So, on this Sketch with Pete episode, we're going to look at the Lalafell character designs, and we're going to try to plan out their body shapes. Maybe we'll get a chocobo in there. I hope we can. Chocobos are awesome. So, I'm gonna get to drawing. Alright, so I have a reference page open. Let me show you real quick. I just googled Lalafell character design, and it came up with a bunch of pictures of Lalafels that are really helpful. Not helpful in the sense that it's going to show us exactly what the shapes are. They're rounded characters, so there's going to be a lot of circles and ellipses in it, and smooth surfaces, except for the outfits, because they're fighters. The characters themselves are rounded, which means they're friendly and they're kind little people. But their outfits are jagged, edgy, because they do fight. And as cute as they are, they will kick your butt. So, I'm going to start off by planning out my shapes for the body. And let's see, we have a neck, and then I'm going to put my center line down the middle so that I can see where the center of the body will be. And looking at the designs right now, it looks like they're close to two heads from their chest down to their pelvis. So we will take this circle and we'll bring it down 1 to 2. And it looks a little big, so a little long, so we'll just pull it up a little, and we'll say they're 1 3/4 heads from their clavicle, the collarbone, down to their pelvic bone. Yeah, their pelvis, their crotch. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let me shrink that a little so we can get the legs in there. Select. Alright, so I want some shape to this before I move on. So we're gonna go around. This one will be the hips. This circle right here. Let me put it in red for you guys. This is gonna be the waist. So we put the waist right there, and then we're going to make a kind of reverse hourglass down for the legs, and we'll just bring them down, because if you look at their legs on the character design, if you see them without pants, they look like sausages. Their legs look like sticks of sausage coming down from their waist. So, sorry to say it, but yeah. So let's bring the arms out, put our shoulders. It's important to know where the shoulders are so the arms can come out of them. And we're going to go halfway across this circle, because this is going to be our eye line for the Lalafels. And one eye is the same as the other eye, just reversed. So I'm going to make one eye when I get there. And we're going to bring down the chin slightly. It's still rounded, as I can see here, but it's rounded. And the ear line is usually where the eyebrows are. So if you look at your own eyes in the mirror, the top of your ears go there, but their ears are pointy and come out a little higher. So what we do is we start the ear close to that line, just below it, and then we're going to bring out the triangle upward, and we'll round it down. And your ears end, there's the top of your ears are your eyebrows, and the bottom of your ears come to the top of your lip. So we're going to bring that between the nose and the lip. So that's half of our head we're working on right now. They have very small mouths, short mouths, and nice little button noses. Very cute characters. So let me zoom in now that I have the proportions down. This is where the hands are going to be, at just below the waistline, because their proportions are kind of like halflings from Lord of the Rings, or dwarves, where their proportions are not exactly the same. Wait, I'm not supposed to copy that yet. Their proportions are not exactly the same as a normal height human. Because they're so short, they have to compensate some of the proportions. Their arms are shorter slightly, and their legs are shorter slightly in comparison. So I'm working on this eye right here, and they have a typical anime eye with the long pupil instead of the rounded one. There's the bottom of the eye. I don't want to make that too dark because it's actually light. The dark area is the top of the eye, the eyelid. And the mouth. Alright, that looks cool to me. And I was thinking we could make the hair symmetric, but we're not going to. So we'll just copy that part of the face and put it to the other side. Copy paste function is always helpful. Now the soundtrack I'm listening to is the same soundtrack from the first episode of Sketch with Pete, which is the Final Fantasy XIV A Realms Reborn soundtrack. And it's a really great soundtrack. I don't even play the game, and I listen to it when I draw. And it's just, it strikes emotion and feeling into you when you're drawing, or thinking, being creative. And I like music like that when I'm drawing. I don't like listening to and it's your own prerogative. It's whatever you want to listen to, your own preference. I like listening to movie scores, video game music, anime music, but like more. How do I word this? I'm not good at describing kinds of music, but it's like upbeat, but it's not like raging and screamo or anything like that. I like inspirational music, where a song kind of tells an epic story, but it's not taking my focus away from anything that I'm creating. It's great music. So we're going to fill in the ears here, the ear details. And so I didn't create a video last Friday because I've been working insanely hard on my portfolio. I think I've told you guys before, I'm trying to get into a game company, and because I've already worked at one, and we got laid off because the game didn't do too well. So, and it's sad because I put a lot of energy into it. But that's what happens at game companies. You know, sometimes you take a risk and it pays off or it doesn't. But you can always walk away with knowledge of how the pipeline works and how it's created. So I have knowledge of the video game pipeline, the industry, and how it's created, and I'm grateful for that. Even though the game was tanked because of marketing, I believe, I guess. It didn't get out there, it didn't go through a lot of word of mouth, reach a lot of people, so we weren't making back with the game what we were putting into it as far as finances. And we just had to lay people off, so I've been freelancing ever since, and I've been wanting to get back into a game company. So I've been working on my portfolio, and my portfolio is actually on the front page of my YouTube. So if you go to my profile page, you'll be able to click on my portfolio. petergandia.cravado.com. CREVADO. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. You don't have to let me know what you think. Just check it out, and I hope some of the stuff in there, that's my professional work. That's stuff I created at the game company, and some things that I've made with other freelance work. It's all professional industry work. And everything else that I create, you can see on my Facebook, as far as sketches, thought processes for things that I don't want to put on my portfolio, because that's strictly like good work, final work. So, except the sketch section, that's just really good sketches that I think are good. But you can go to my Facebook and see everything that I work on, all of my afterthoughts, concepts. I'm spending way too much time fiddling here. Alright, let's back out a little. Alright, cool. I'll make just half of her, and then slice that. Make panties and a bra to cover her up. I'll just say a bikini. We'll make a bikini to cover her up. And I don't know, the bikini right now looks like a good start for an outfit. They've got really small feet. They're not big feet at all proportion-wise. Sausage legs and small feet. I think the small feet help the legs look like sausages, like cylinders of bologna or something. Sorry if anybody's insulted by this. All of you Lalafell players. Sorry lady. But they look like they got sausage legs. Bologna legs. Okay, and I do not like her hair at all. So let me get rid of this hair. Yeah, all of it. All of it. Yes, Peter, all of it, except for that. Excuse me. I had a tickle in my throat. Alright, I'm gonna keep those, I don't know what they're called, the ear cover hair parts, and we'll do something creative. First, we'll shape out the head again, because I lost the shape of the head after erasing that. And then it's okay, we got that, and now we need the shape of the hair. I want the hair to be this shape. So that's cool, I think. And we'll just go with it. Spikes. Yeah, that's cool. I'm digging that. I like it. It's almost Dragon Ball-ish. I think Dragon Ball and Final Fantasy share some similar hairstyles. Cloud looks like Goku. Trunks a little bit. Goku and Trunks had a baby. That's gross. Yeah, that's alright. I could live with this hair better than the other one. It's hard for me to draw without some kind of music or movie playing. Like, I mean, I can draw in silence, but I feel so much more of a creative flow when listening or watching something else. Subconsciously being influenced. I'm going to copy this half. Put it on the other side. Flip it. Meet the lines. And there we go. We have two halves of a Lalafell body making one whole Lalafell, which is half of a person because they're so short. So if I took this Lalafell and I copied it, put it over here, shrunk it down, and then I made a regular person size, a Lalafell would be about a little more about that tall compared to a person. So they're just short of half of a person's height. They're that short. They're cute as heck. My girlfriend plays a Lalafell. Lileen Guttum. So cute. Get rid of that red. So we're gonna put an outfit on our Lalafell now. I think we need to dress her up. He or she, I don't know, it looks pretty androgynous right now. Androgynous means can't tell what gender it is. So sometimes that's character artists commonly do that sometimes, where they're trying to make a tough woman, but they almost make it too tough and it turns into, it looks like a man rather than a tough woman. So you have to be sure to keep the aspects of a woman within a concept of being tough and a badass. Okay, so let's start putting some lines over the body. And when you're dressing a character, I wanted to talk about this. When you're dressing a character, unless you have a good idea of where you want to go with the outfit, and but if you're figuring out what kind of outfit to make, it's best to go with the energy of the body, the natural lines. If you start throwing lines everywhere, and I mean, sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get lucky. I'm not saying that you don't get lucky, and being lucky sometimes is a good thing. They're called happy accidents, happy mistakes. But there's also another method that's, you don't want to say it's like accidents, but or a happy accident. You want to say like you're figuring out the relationship between an outfit and the natural flow of a body. So like right here, this circle right here, I want to make a shoulder pad on her. So this circle right here, it's already giving me a nice curve to lend to, and then I just have to bring it up over top of it. So I mean, you can if you want. It depends on the kind of outfit and how heavy duty the armor or the story behind the character. Like let me do it on the other side. I'll show you what I think would go against this. So I'm going to make a shoulder pad over here, so let me do something like this. And I actually made that pretty cool. It's a cool shape. So I have trouble making bad shapes sometimes. But let's just do that, like it's round. And her shoulder pad is taking up all of this stuff, and it's taking away from her body, her proportions and stuff like that. Like, if she was to raise her arm, which she looks like she couldn't, this spike right here, just think about this. Think about what you're putting on your character, how they're dressed. Like, she can't move her arm up right now. She can only move it back and forth like this. And she's still coming really close, within a couple inches, of slicing her ear off with this blade right there. You know what I mean? So this type of stuff you have to think about. And it's just better to lend the lines to the natural energy of the body, like the lines that the body makes up. The natural flow. Whenever you're ready. Okay, you're done erasing. I didn't have enough undos. so now I gotta manually erase it. Give you a belly button, even though it's gonna be gone with the outfit. Making, erase that inner body line. Let's make a border for this. Now we don't want to get into details. We're just shaping out. We're just shaping out the bodies or the outfit structures. We don't want to get into putting embroidering on it yet. We don't want to get into putting detail onto a zipper. Like, we're just doing like really quick lines right now to see what kind of shapes we want on the outfit. And put another kind of vest in here. Yeah, we'll turn this bikini into maybe a vest or a cover there. There we go. And then we'll do that, bring that out. And the Lalafels kind of dress a little bit like hobbits. I don't, not too much, but they dress a little bit like hobbits in the sense that they have a lot of layers to them. Like there's undergarment, there's a shirt on top of a shirt that you can see the other shirt under. There's a vest, and then there's a jacket. So they have like lots of layers on. Very stylish dressers. And you know, parents, just letting you know, sometimes can get a little cyber online. Like they run around with underwear. Nude. No, they don't get nude in the game. I'm just kidding. But there are some people online. That's I wanted to talk about that and bring it up. You know, people blaming games for being a certain rated, a certain rating, and kids playing them and learning from them. And parents, it's your job. It is not the game company's job to make a kid-safe game. They're doing what they like to do, and they're making money with it. And I'm not excuse me, I'm not totally defending the game companies, because there are some game companies that just, there's some stuff that just shouldn't be in a game. But as far as blame, come on guys, you're the parents. Look at what your kids are playing. Give them permission, or don't give them permission to play. Take a game away if it's too violent. It's not the game company's fault. They're putting out a product. It's your job to keep them away from that product. If your kid goes and does something dumb, you can't go and blame the game. You let them play it. Who let them play the game in the first place? But then you want to come back and attack the game company and say, oh, well, you made the game in the first place. Yeah, they made the game, so there are other people who can play it and that won't run off and do the same stuff in the game. You know, they have enough common sense. You know what kids are capable of playing, what they're capable of learning and absorbing like a sponge. Keep them away from the bad things and let them soak up good things. You can't run around blaming people for your mistakes. And I don't say that lightly, because I used to be that person that ran around and blamed people for my mistakes. Like, why is this happening? Why is this stuff going bad and blah blah blah. And no, I needed to change myself. I needed to become the person that I needed to be rather than the person I was, or was becoming. You know, I had a lot of support. I had a lot of support for my artwork while I was growing up. I was patted on the back. I was told, oh, that stuff's great. You're doing a good job. There was not really a lot of competition around. There were some people who could draw, but I I didn't have room for growth. I started growing later when I got into college. Because when you get to college, I mean, I have a gripe about art college because, you know, you have to pick the right one. You have to pick the right art college. It's hard because now you know which ones are good, because art has exploded. Concept art has exploded in design industry. It's just skyrocketing. Everybody wants to do art and concept art. And when I was growing up, right before I went to college in 1999, we didn't hear anything about art colleges. I mean, I've heard about Savannah, Georgia Arts, but I wasn't able to go there at the time. If I knew better, if my school was more informed, or I even see. Stop blaming other people. If I was more informed, and if I informed myself and went out and seek the knowledge, you know what I mean, of what school to go to, what should I do, I probably would have went to a better school. I would have felt more fulfilled. Probably would have had a better job. Been in a different place. And to tell you the truth, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube right now. So I'm kind of grateful I did do what I did, because I get to share with you guys the experience that I went through. You know what I mean? All of this pain, trial and error. I guess if I did more research right then and there, I wouldn't have gone through like years of struggling and self-teaching myself and experiencing, like, you know, some things I probably wouldn't have experienced if I just spent a little more time researching the schools. So let's do some knee pads here and get back on topic. But yeah, I'm all over the place, aren't I, with this conversation? Well, I skipped Friday, so I didn't get a chance to vent. Let's put a line down here for the zipper or button up, and then there we go. It's nice little. Like I said, they have lots of layers, so let's like layer this puppy up. And then I'd like to make a middle sash just to cover up the middle. Should I? You know what? I won't make it so deep and put it right there. Excuse me. I have this tickle in my throat. So, make this sash coming around to the back. And I'm not looking at any reference for this outfit, I'm just eyeballing this one. I looked at the reference for the body shape, which is always good to do because you want to get the body in model. So, belts, and let me look what kind of belts they have though. They're kind of thick. Yeah, it's about right. Alright, I'll make the buckle there just off, so she's not so symmetrical all the way through. And just a chain, maybe going around to the back side. Yeah. There we go. So now that I look back, step back, look at your work from far away, squint your eyes a little bit. What distracts you? What looks good? Alright, it's going down, 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 down. And that sash, that sash is the only thing on her waist. That sash is the only thing that's like not symmetrical. And it's taking your eye, it's breaking it up right there at the waist. So what you can either do with this is you can create a sash up here to complement it that goes the opposite direction, across the opposite way, under the arm. Or you can accent the belt buckle really well and make it like ornate, because that's the sash is breaking that up, and there's a natural line going up to it. I'll draw a red line. There's a natural line going up to the belt buckle, and it's breaking up the symmetry of the characters. So what you want to do is make that belt buckle really awesome and stand out. Or you can make another sash here and detail a buckle right here where the sash is stopping. So we have a buckle at the sash and a buckle at the belt sash, and each one of those gets detail because that's where the natural arrows are pointing on those sashes, and they're just focal points. Right now, the first thing you do is you look at the eyes, because that's the first thing that draws my attention as far as line work and value. So our second focal point is going to be this thing, this sash, and then our third focal point will be this, and then the rest of the outfit is going to be gravy. So, and I say gravy, that means just nice things to look at. So sorry, let me zoom in, and we'll do some kind of cool, I don't know, just making a nice buckle. We'll go with it. Dots, and that comes when the detail comes. So let's put a little bit of a design on here, maybe like scales or something. Alrighty, we're gonna be done with this soon. She's got one leg design missing. It's a really cool soundtrack. I suggest you guys listen to it once or twice. You can get it on, you can find it on YouTube. A little shading right here, right there. Just to tell that these are behind, the legs are behind these objects. Cool. We created our first own Lalafell. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna put a pocket right here because it looks like a lot of negative space. So just put a pocket right there, and she can carry some things. Let's belt buckles. We're just gonna secondary dress now. We did all the major shapes and all the major lines of energy that flow, and you know, different parts of the body that cover up. So now we go into further detail. This is where you go into all of that little detail, the fine details. And you do lacing and threads and seams and trimming, borders, all kinds of designs. All of your decorations. And what time are we at? We're at the half-hour mark. We have 34 minutes. We've been 34 minutes in. So I think that's pretty cool. And right now I'm going to look up Chocobo. Okay, here we go. That's cool. I like them, but where is it? I need to find the right one. There are a lot of different versions of the Chocobo style, and I will go with let me type in FF 14. Cool. That's a cool picture. Check this out. This is what we're going to use for the design. For our planning out the body of the Chocobo. Oops. Wiggled it around and took it off. Okay. So. Let's see what we got. Do a profile shot first. I think that'd be easier to grasp the idea of the Chocobo. Let's see, it's got our head, it's our eye line, and it looks like it comes down to the beak here, and then we go straight back, and that is our head. And then we come down, we got a nice bubble here, a nice curved line here, and we bring it to the body. I'm going to make it smaller because I draw too big. So as far as the skeletal structure, the gesture line will be right here for the spine, and it goes up. It's the spine, so right, and then the collarbones will be right there, and I'm not looking at it right now, I'm just doing my basic anatomy from what I remember of birds. Ribs. That would be down more of that. And yeah. Then our hips. And our femur. Knees. So then this comes down to there. And they have extra appendage. Big feet, big ass feet. I'm gonna get them now. It's like Roadrunner. Feathers coming out. The head looks a little small, so we'll grab it. So good to draw to. This music. Eyeball. That looks a little creepy. The eyeball in this reference image looks a little creepy. the same eye. And he's gonna be looking at us. Uh-oh, creepy, the bird's looking at us. Ah! Creepy eyeball. Alrighty, and the mouth goes back like as if the eye was in the middle of the mouth. So, there, that's good right there. This looks like a pretty dangerous chocobo compared to the ones I'm used to seeing. This might be one of the different versions of the chocobos. It doesn't look like the regular Final Fantasy chocobo. I kind of like it though because it looks more realistic. Where's that nose? Oh, the nostrils are right here instead of right there. Usually birds have the nostrils right there at the top. But this might not even be a bird. It's on a different planet, different universe. They might call it something else, like a galachalacadacada or something. I have no idea. I'm just being stupid. Or creative. It's creative stupid. No, I'm just rambling. But let's fill in our anatomy here. And you guys can stop listening to me about rambling. And we'll take out our bone structure so we can fill in our body structure. And the wings, they would start here because the collarbones come down. So we go like that. And as far as my anatomy goes, this looks different. Their wings are smaller, but I'm going to make their wings come up like that. Yeah, long nails, big toesies, nails in the back, and the feathers stop right there after the, I guess it's in the hind quarter. That's what they should be called, I believe. Hindquarters. So we have knees, kneecaps in the back of our knees, and anterior, anteposterior, posterior, and yeah, the back of our knees. And the back of animals' knees like that, the back legs of a dog, I think are called hindquarters, right? Cool. I love our chocobo. This is the first time I've ever drawn a chocobo and a lalafell. I'm not lying to you. I've never drawn a chocobo before. And I'm doing this because you requested it on the other video. I told you if you subscribe to my channel, and I see that you subscribe to my channel, and you put a request down at the bottom for the next Sketch with Pete section, then chances are you're going to see a video of your request. Now, I've been thinking, and I have multiple requests on one video. So what I want to do in the future, when it gets to be too many requests, is I am going to try to make more than one request in one video. So, just letting you guys know for the future, request only one request per person. Don't throw down 3 requests in one, you know, and expecting of it. If it's cool, I'll pick one of your requests. You could throw down 5, but I'm gonna pick only one person's request. So there can be multiple people, but only one of each person. All right, got that out the way. So, and you have to subscribe in order to get a request. Let me clarify about the subject, about what a request, what I think a request should be. I want to have some freedom in what I draw when I do these Sketch with Pete jams. So it's not like I'm doing a commission for somebody who requested it. I'm not drawing a specific thing. Just give me a theme, like a game name, a movie title or something, and I'll pick out of that theme what I would like to draw. And you can do like generalities, or like, you know, something broad like female from this, you know what I mean? But just let me pick what the specific thing is of that, because, you know, I want to have some freedom and I don't want to feel locked down when I'm doing this. So if you want to pick something and I happen to do a video of it, then you can draw what you want to see out of it, and I'll draw what I want to see out of it, but you at least get your pick, you know what I mean? You at least get to contribute. So thank you to all of my subscribers, thank you to all of the likes, all of the likers, all of the people who are interested in art and concept art and learning. That's what this channel is about, sharing, learning. And, you know, I've been going to the Google Hangout recently, and for conceptart.org, and I've been meeting some incredible people, some great talents, and I've actually been getting help on my portfolio from some of those great talents. And I'm not going to mention exactly who, because I don't want to put them on the spot, you know what I mean? They don't know that I'm giving them a big thank you, but thank you. And I've been working on my portfolio really hard this past few weeks, and I still have a lot more to put in and fix up, but it's really important. I really want a job. I really want to work at the game industry again. On the inside, I work in the game industry. On the outside, I freelance and I work for companies that way, but I want to be in-house. I want to work on a team again. I loved working on a team. You know how great it was to work on a team? The feeling of teamwork and being able to trust somebody to take your work and do something so great with it. When I was at the game company in Philadelphia, they would make me look so good. They would make my artwork look so good. And it's great to have a team and people like that to contribute. And I miss it. I want to work at a company again with a team, and that's a lot of value in his. Let me get rid of. Sorry. And pull that back a little bit. There we go. Alright. And how big are the Lalafels compared to? I think they're that big. Like a chocobo could poop out a Lalafell, but we're gonna put the Lalafell in front of the chocobo so it doesn't look like it's at his butt. Here we go, that's cute. Aww, the Lalafell. Alright, let's see, maybe some color, a little bit of color. Put a layer underneath. Grab some colors and see what we can do. And their wingtips are darker. Their feather tips are darker on the long feathers. And we're going on 49 minutes. We're going to be at 50 minutes soon, so I'll be wrapping this up in a bit. Just letting you know, I'm going to be wrapping this up. And it'll be darker under here, but there's a dark brown burnt. Da, 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 da. And we're just blocking in the colors right now, not too much detail, just a color palette. tip of that nose. And blend that a little bit. My smudge tool. There we go. And get underneath the lip to just bring some depth. Bit of depth in there. This music is so cool to draw to, I can't say it enough. So you don't have to listen to me about what to draw to, what kind of music or movies to draw to. Just don't do something that distracts you from what you're doing, because you want to be able to work on what you're doing but still be entertained by the music or movie. You know what I mean? It's entirely up to you, but you know, like really high volume and high energy stuff distracts me, and I get into the music or the movie or pay attention to it more rather than the ideas that are coming from my head for creation purposes. This is crafting music. I know this music because my girlfriend crafts all the time, and she makes all kinds of armor and belts and things, working with leather in Final Fantasy. That's what I was thinking. But it's cute. It's cute. I also use this music for her Valentine's Day card, which I made a video of. Happy birthday, or not happy birthday, what is wrong with me? Happy Valentine's Day, lady. Happy birthday early, I guess, I don't know. Yeah. Let's get back to this. Colors, colors, colors. Erase a little bit. I want to keep some of that color around to be able to pull it in. Here we go. See, this is the fun part. I mean, the fun part is first too, when you're creating and doing all kinds of custom outfits and things like that. But this is like my brain is just, I went from thinking like that to thinking like that, because this is the smooth part of the drawing. You know, you look at the colors, it's already laid out. It's already laid out for you. So less thinking and more coloring. You know, it's not hard. It's not hard. I mean, when you make it hard, it's hard. If you're coloring like a giant landscape or you know, some kind of crazy design, then yeah, it can get hard. But in all reality, just have fun with it. Just pick some colors that you like and just go ham on it, like you were coloring in a coloring book when you were a kid. Just go nuts on it, you know what I mean? Do what you like. You want a tutorial on coloring and how to color? Maybe there's a tutorial for like how to color digitally, how to use the tools and stuff. But as far as like knowing how to color, what kind of color, I mean, there's a color sheet. Look at the sheet and see what looks good to you. It's all personal preference. I mean, you can either come up with colors that look good to you, or you can just go look up Picasso art or Leonardo da Vinci or your favorite artist and just steal their color palette. Everybody does it. Colors aren't copyrighted. Just because you went and you used the same color somebody else used, I mean, don't like steal their designs, but you can steal their colors. Colors are good. Colors free roam. That's up in the air, dude. Colors are up in the air. Just have fun with it. How do you expect to get anything like really good and creative out and also have a passion for it if you're not having fun with it? That's like the #1 thing for me. Do you know why I want to do this for a living? Because I enjoy it. It's like my therapy. Doing artwork is like my therapy. Character creations, like therapy for me. Not that I need a lot of therapy, but I mean, like, it calms me and it makes me feel good about like what I'm doing. It makes me feel like, you know what I mean? To do what you love for a job, for a living. I'm paying my bills by doing what I love to do, and that's where everybody would like to be. It's a good spot. And if you want to get to that point, show some discipline with yourself. And most of all, enjoy it. Why are you going to want to do it for the rest of your life if you don't enjoy it and you're making it so much harder than what it should be? Enjoy it. Get back into the basics of it. Why did you want to do it in the first place? Find out why you wanted to do it in the first place. Is it because you saw somebody do it and they were really cool? Is it because you want fame? Do not try to be a concept artist for fame, because you will barely get any recognition unless you hit the lotto of like, oh, this important guy. And you know what I mean? It's just, there's so many concept artists and so few of them get recognition and out in the public eye. And there's some really good guys who don't get recognized at all. And I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about me at all. I'm talking about people who are much better than me. There are people who are so much better than me. It frightens me and makes me wonder why they don't have a job and why people don't know who they are. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to say that there's somebody better than me. There's always somebody better than you. It's always somebody better than another person. What color are these eyes? These eyes are dark. I'm going to make the colors of the eyes the same color as the legs. Let's take this line work down a little bit. Actually, let me color the line work. Let's throw some color on it. Am I doing that correctly? I think I am. No, I don't think I'm doing it right. Hang on. You know what? Forget you. I'm just gonna put an overlay on you if you're gonna be difficult. So what I did here was I created a new layer over top of my line work, and my line work is on its own separate layer from the background, so it's not black lines directly on the white background. It's its own layer of black. If I was to hide this, you would still see the lines, and they're on their own transparent layer. So what I do is I make another layer over top of the line transparent layer, the line layer, and I set that layer, the new layer that I made, to overlay, and then I fill that overlay layer with a color that I want the lines to be instead of black. And then I hold Alt and go in between the line layer. Let me label these out for you. Pay attention. Lines, and then line color overlay. So what I do is I hold Alt and I go in between the lines and the line color overlay layer and I hit it. And what that does is it attaches the overlay, the line color overlay layer to only the line layer. And that's the way you can color your lines without it affecting any other layers. I hope that helps. It's a really good tip to know. So I want to take that color and let's make it blue first. And it's calling me a liar because it's not doing it. Actually, I think it is doing it, but it's too black. So there we go. Other than overlay, you can use, let's see, you can use normal because it's only going on the lines. I'm probably making this harder than it should be, but this is the way I do it. So, and you can use lighten, and you can use, actually I wouldn't use normal because normal will not make it see-through and you won't be able to see the lines under it. I want the lines to be a color, but then I want them to blend with the color layer underneath the lines. So I'm sorry if I'm confusing you, but let's go with lighter color, and that way we can see the colors underneath it. Here we go. Actually, what I want to do is I wanted to make it blue so that I could see it was working, and now I'm going to go into my hue and saturation and change the color of the lines, the overlay layer. There we go, like that. Desaturate a little because I wanted them to be brown. Alright. Great. Now, so I just flattened my layer of the color overlay in the lines, so now my lines are permanently brown. And I'm going to go to my line layer and start putting the white over top of the lines because I want the white to pop out. So here's a little bit of a digital color tutorial. I wouldn't say it's a tutorial, but more of a demo. You can see how I do it. And guys, listen to this too. Listen to this bit of advice. If you go on a tutorial site and somebody does something, or somebody is showing you how to do something a certain way that you were told differently, don't start attacking them saying, oh, you shouldn't do it this way, I was told you should do it that way. And there's lots of ways to learn. There's more than one way to learn. What these people online are showing you is the way it works for them, how they do it. So don't start like commenting and being jerks and criticizing, saying that's not the way you do it, it's supposed to be done like this. It's preferential. It's based on how each person learns. Don't run around and be a jerk and comment like a jerk. It's just a little friendly advice. I'm digging this face. Cool. Chocobo looks disturbing. I like it. I like you, Chocobo. Hey, Chocobo, what's up, Meng? What's up, Pony? We got a lighter brown for that. Then I'm gonna put a yellow in there to make that brown pop out. Is that a yellow? Yeah, it's kind of a yellow. Dun, dun. Oh, this music is so good. You're gonna have to put up with it because I love this music. Sorry. I have to put up with my humming and singing. This is how I work best. I get into my music, I get into a groove, and it just takes me to another place where I can think freely, just create. So I sing along with it, and I suggest you do the same to your music. So go all out. Enjoy what you're doing. Let's clean up a little bit of this beak because I like where the head's at, and the body's pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't have to be super clean, but this head, I feel the head does. So I'm gonna blend or fade this just a little bit because there is a darkness down here. I'm gonna fade this bottom half a little bit. I wish I was using a color for it. It looks like it's black, but it's actually brown. So then I'm gonna fade it backwards a little bit, just so I have a coarse shadow hitting the curve of this beak and cheekbone. And then what I'm gonna do is blend that a little bit so it's not so hard. I want this hard there. And then I'm going to come down. I have a feather brush right now, simple feather brush. I'm gonna grab some of this light yellow and just hit the rim of this beak, so it's not totally dark, and it makes it look like a 3D object. It's really cool. It pops out. Back out a little bit. And I'll lighten that up a little bit in there. Some color. There we go. Digging it. Digging it. Right. I just merged the color layer with the line layer because I'm happy enough to put it all together. I'll be okay. If I want to change anything, it won't be too drastic. Cool. I just got the smudge tool now, and I have the smudge tool set to a feather brush with shape dynamics, which means it goes to a fine point, but it still has a feathered edge. And this is really great, the smudge tool, with pulling out feathers like this, and you can use it for grass and trees, bushes, fur, all kinds of furry objects. Really good to use, and a lot of people don't like using the smudge tool, but I enjoy it. I've developed my own technique for the different things that I like to use it for, and it seems to work for me. Like look at this. I mean, I don't know if it does to you, but to me it looks like it's working with these feathers, pulling the colors, and so I think the smudge tool is a really cool tool to use. See, it looks kind of furry and fluffy, feathery. Oh, hey, Chocobo, let's take this eyebrow off you so you don't look so menacing. Looks better. It looks sad. You want to make it look sad? Here, take this Smudge Tool and... Oh, look at Chocobo, so sad. No, let's take that out. If you played Final Fantasy XIV, the Chocobo does not look sad. He jumps in the fight. He fights with you. Chocobo kicks butt. But we're at 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's enough of me taking up your time, and I've got to get to some work. Like I said, I've been working on my portfolio. Go to my first YouTube page, my profile page, and you will see my portfolio right under my banner on the right side, I believe, at the bottom of it, with all of my social contact. Hit me up on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on whatever I got there. DeviantArt. There's lots of other ones. But yeah, go check out my portfolio. See if you like it or not. You know, leave a comment. Or, I don't know. Leave a comment also at the bottom of this video. Subscribe, rate, like, tell a friend, share, and take care. Share and take care. Love you guys.